Hello friends, welcome to all. Today we will study very important poem Where the Mind is Without Fear. This poem is written by Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore is one of the very important personality in Indian context. The poet has written this poem when India was under the cruel clutches of British rule. India was not free and therefore there was no happiness on the faces of Indian people. Therefore, poet expected to have such a place where the mind will be without free. Rabindranath Tagore was born on 7th May 1861. He died on 7th August 1941. Gitanjali is a collection of poems. First, the poems included in Gitanjali were in Bengali. The same poems were translated by Rabindranath Tagore himself, and this English version of Gitanjali was published in 1912. This book became so popular that Rabindranath Tagore was awarded with Nobel Prize in 1913. Let us see what he says in the poem. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free. In these lines, the poet wants a place where each and every person will live so freely and so happily that they will get respect and they will have self respect and there will be no feeling of slavery. At the same time, poet says he wants such a place where knowledge is free. Knowledge is free means nobody will be deprived from taking education. On the basis of discrimination, nobody will be stopped from taking education. Everybody will be free to get education. In further lines, the poet says, where the world has been not broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls. Fragments means divisions, and these divisions are made by domestic walls. So, the there should be no division among the people on the basis of class, caste, religion, and color. So, domestic walls are class, caste, religion, and color. These things divide people into different groups. The poet doesn't want such a place. In further lines, he says, where words come out from the depth of truth. Poet wants a people who should speak honestly, sincerely, and logically. He doesn't want anybody to be cheated by any Indian person after freedom. Where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection. Tireless striving is a phrase which suggests a human being. Stretches its arms suggests hard work. So each and every citizen should work so hard that he should become perfect and should achieve everything that he expects. So tireless striving is important phrase. Once we understand this, we will understand the meaning of this line. In further lines, the poet says, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit. Poet says that he wants such a place where the clear stream of reason should not be lost. Where? Into the dreary desert sand of dead habit. What does it mean? Clear stream means nothing but the reason or logical thinking. The person who has logical thinking, he doesn't believe in superstitions. But if such person enters into the dreary desert sand of dead habit means which place where the superstition is followed, where the harmful old rituals and customs are followed. There, this clear stream of reason should not be lost. In further lines, the poet says, where the mind is led forward by thee. Poet wants a place where the people should be led by God, by Lord Almighty Himself. The poet also expects that the Lord Almighty should lead forward to all Indians into ever widening thought of action. Ever widening thought means those thoughts which are constantly improving, and thoughts are responsible for good actions. So, our actions also will be better and better under the guidance of Almighty Lord. Further, the poet says, Into that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake. Heaven of freedom is the concept here poet uses for a beautiful country. What does it mean? Means complete freedom. So poet asks God to have such a beautiful country after independence. What exactly poet wants to say by saying heaven of freedom? The poet means a place without fear, where the head is held high, where education is free, where citizens are united and not divided, where people will speak truth, where people will work hard, the place where there will be no superstition, the place where people will have lofty thoughts and great action. Such beautiful place will be a heaven of freedom. The poet wants such a beautiful place for his country people after independence. Here we have finished. Now we'll discuss figures of speech from the poem. There are main four figures of speech: personification, metaphor, synecdoche, and apostrophe. The first important figure of speech that we are going to discuss is personification. What does it mean? It means non-living things or ideas are treated as human beings, where tireless striving stretches its arms. While explaining the poem, I already mentioned that tireless striving is the phrase taken for human being which stretches its arms. Means tireless striving has been given the qualities of human being, therefore the figure of speech is personification. Next line is dreary desert sand of dead habit. Here also, poet has given the quality of death to the habit. Human being can die, habit cannot die, but the quality of death is applied to habit. Therefore, figure of speech is personification. The next important figure of speech is metaphor. Clear stream of reason. Two different things are compared indirectly or implicitly. Clear stream is compared with the reason. Therefore, the figure of speech is metaphor. Next line is dreary desert sand of dead habit. Here also poet has compared two different things. Dead habits have been implicitly compared to dreary desert. Therefore, the figure of speech is metaphor. Further, we have a beautiful line. Into that heaven of freedom, my father led my country away. This is a prominent figure of speech in the poem because the poem is a prayer and poet directly addresses to the god. But before that, we are discussing all the figures of speech. Therefore, here for the same line is taken for another figure of speech, that is synecdoche. Whole stands for part, or part of anything stands for whole. The last part of the line says, let my country awake. Country cannot awake. The people of the country can awake. So country stands for people. Country is whole and people is part. Therefore figure of speech is synecdoche. The next figure of speech is apostrophe. We are taking same line for that. My father. So poet directly addresses to the god who is not present at the time of speaking. Therefore the figure of speech is apostrophe. The next important point is for a discussion appreciation. This is the point that is taken for or that is used for 10 marks in examination. So we have to discuss 8 different points: title, poet, rhyme scheme, favorite line, theme or central idea, figure of speech, special features, and last point is why I like poem. We will discuss one by one. The title of the poem, where the mind is without fear, is the title of the poem which indicates fearless place. We are giving some information about title also. In the same way, while writing name of poet, we will give some information about poet. Rabindranath Tagore is the poet of the poem. He got Nobel Prize in 1913 for his collection of poems Gitanjali. The next point is rhyme scheme. Here also we will write something different. The poem has no traditional stanza pattern. It is written in free verse. Traditional stanza pattern is not there, means almost whole poem is written in a single stanza and rhyme scheme is not applied. In such a case, we should say it is written in a free verse. Next important question is favorite line. We should give the reason why you like the line, where words come out from the depth of truth. This is my favorite line as it talks about truth. Next important question for 2 marks is theme or central idea. Theme of the poem is freedom. Almost every line of the poem expresses an idealistic free country for the poet's countrymen. In that country, people will have respect, free knowledge. Citizens of the country will be hardworking with great thoughts and actions. We have covered main points, therefore easily we can get 2 marks for this. Next important figure of speech. Here I have already told you that the figure of speech which is prominent in the poem should be taken into consideration while writing appreciation. Into that haven of freedom my father lit my country awake. My father is direct address to the God who is Almighty Lord and absent at the time of speaking. It is an idea. Therefore the figure of speech is apostrophe. Special features. The poem is written in the form of prayer. The poet prays Almighty Lord to give such a beautiful place to his countrymen, where everyone lives fearlessly. Language of the poem is very easy to understand, and almost every line begins with where. Overall, the poem has patriotic sense. So we wrote the form of the poem, then we wrote implicit meaning, we wrote about the language, and we wrote about the sense or tone of the poem. The last question is why I like poem. You can give two or one reason also, no problem. The poem is very beautiful. I liked it because it talks about an idealistic place to live freely and happily. Friends, thanks for giving so much time. If you like this video, share link with your friends, like video and subscribe my channel. Once again I would like to say thanks for watching. Have a nice day.